Guys, this hair has become a situation that requires a pretty big transformation. So if you want to watch me take my hair from this grown out mess to a big 80s mess like this, keep watching. Just a disclaimer before we get started here, do not, and I repeat, do not do anything you're about to see me do here today because you will fuck it up. Do not, just don't do it at home. I'm gonna leave the length alone. I've actually already cut the length of my hair twice this year. I really just want to give it some shape and I really want to give it some volume. So I'm gonna go in and kind of like shorten up the layers a little bit because they're really overgrown at this point. Now see, this piece right here, that part's kind of an issue. So we're gonna go in and take some of that out. Not necessarily off, but just taking some hair out. Connect just a tiny bit of that. I'm gonna go in with a fresh blade and kind of start taking some weight out here and kind of start that layering a little bit. That piece just kind of hangs really straight, so we're gonna check the length. I still think we're a little heavier over here. Those layers are already looking so much better. And because of this like non-method I have for cutting my hair, usually I do end up cutting it for about 2 or 3 days. Yeah, that's good. But I don't want to have actual bangs. I like the length of these right now because they're really just kind of like incorporated into my layers. So they really just kind of blend into all of that. But again, that just instantly gives me more volume. It's not as flat. You want the weight to be even. And for hair like mine and for a haircut like I have, it really is more about like feeling it, you know? Again, I get in there obviously and I look at what I'm doing, but I definitely want to make sure that everything feels right. So I have brushed this wig out and divided it into 4 sections. I'm gonna wear gloves because I'm a professional.
What's professional?
So I'm a natural level 6, neutral to ashy, but I color my base with a level 8 silver pearl. I don't want my base to be too much lighter than my natural, so like, you know, two levels away is good because then I don't have to be on top of it all the time. And what I do is I'll color the roots like maybe 2 or 3 times and then touch up the highlights. But I've been really lazy lately, so I think it's probably been since June that I even touched up any of these highlights. So even though I've got a level 8 as my base, it's since the highlights are so grown out at this point, it's just even a level 8 is starting to look really dark. And I haven't done any highlighting underneath in a long, long time either. I mean, the highlights are grown out to about there at this point, which means we're probably coming up on a year since the last time I actually ran any bleach on the underneath side of that. So so I had some lunch. I let that process. I rinsed it out, and I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for that to air dry, and we will start the highlights. Now I'm taking kind of a thick section for a foil here, and I want to keep that weave kind of like thick and chunky there, because if I weave it too finely, it's just gonna get lost back there. So it's been washed and towel dried, and now is for the styling portion of this video. When people ask me about my hair, it's usually about how I style my hair, and there's not really much styling involved. Honestly, I don't even have an appropriate styling product for my hair right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use the Semi Sumo from Bumble and Bumble. This is just as good as anything else as far as my hair goes. Now, the one thing that I will do as far as like styling goes is I'll take just like a wide tooth comb. Are you kidding? Do you hear that car alarm? It's been going off for like a half an hour now. And the neighbor's home. But his car alarm keeps going off. But no, because see, I have like this crazy kind of cowlick situation that happens right there. So I definitely need to go in with a comb just to make sure that that hair is kind of behaving a little bit more, you know? All right, it's been 5 minutes, so let's style a little bit more. So now what I do is, I do this like every 5 minutes until it's dry. I just kind of shake out the roots a little bit. Kind of just scrunch into the ends just a tiny bit. All right, so now we are about 75% dry, and I'm gonna go ahead and just let it do its own thing. I'm gonna sleep on it overnight because my hair looks much better on the second day than it does the day that I washed it. So I will go ahead and check back in with you guys for the outro and let you guys see how everything kind of turned out. So it's been slept on and smashed into its final formation, and I'm pretty happy with the way that it turned out. I like the layers, I like the color. I really like it when it looks like hair snakes, and I feel like once it gets too long and it starts kind of getting a little bit like weighed down and kind of like straight again, I'm not a huge fan. It looks too 90s. It doesn't look 80s anymore. Yeah, so that's the back. So if you like this video and if you like different videos like this, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscription button down below. Tell all your friends about it, and I'll see you on the next one.